Have you ever felt that the harder you try to please a woman, the more indifferent she becomes? But when you decide to pull away, she suddenly starts seeking you, caring about you, even missing you. Today we're going to delve into one of the most powerful and most misunderstood dynamics in relationship psychology. Why when you pull away, she starts seeking you. This isn't a trick or manipulation. It's a blend of evolutionary biology, emotional dynamics, and a fundamental principle of male value. Brace yourself, because by understanding this, you'll stop chasing and start attracting. The availability paradigm. From a young age, we're taught that for a woman to be interested in you, you must constantly show her how much you care. Call her, write to her, be attentive to her, please her. But this behavior has a devastating effect. You become predictable, available, and emotionally cheap. In human nature, everything abundant loses value. And in the case of relationships, excessive availability kills desire. When you're constantly present, without her having to invest anything, you break the natural balance of interest. The reality is harsh but clear. You don't value what you don't earn. How female psychology works. Women are biologically programmed to seek high-value men. And we're not talking about money, but about character, leadership, purpose. A valuable man isn't always available. Why? Because he has a life, he has a purpose, and his energy isn't given to just anyone. When you distance yourself, you break the mental pattern she had of you. You go from being the one who's always there to being the one I don't know if he's there anymore. And that not knowing triggers obsessive thinking. Uncertainty generates more interest than certainty. Instead of seeking validation from her, she now wants validation from you. The theory of intermittent reinforcement. This theory comes from behavioral psychology. It has been used to explain addictions, such as social media use or gambling. It works like this. When a reward isn't constant but unpredictable, the brain becomes more addicted. If she knew you wrote every day, there was no longer any excitement. But when you disappear for a while and then reappear with control, dopamine surges. She becomes addicted to your attention. This principle is key. It's not about ignoring her out of ego, but about controlling the stimulus. Scarcity generates value. Silence creates an impact. The self-image factor. When you walk away, you don't just trigger her curiosity, you also confront her with her own ego. She wonders, what did I do wrong? Why isn't he pursuing me anymore? Could it be that I'm not enough? And then something crucial happens. She begins to question her own attractiveness. Most women are used to having men constantly chasing them. When you decide to withdraw with dignity, it creates cognitive dissonance, and often that discomfort turns into obsession. It's not love yet. It's ego. It's pride. But it's also the first step toward getting her to look at you again. The power of masculine silence. Emotionally strong men don't react, they act. And silence is an action. It's the action of not begging for attention, of preserving your value, your mystery, and your dignity. When you walk away, you're communicating something very powerful without saying a single word. I don't need you. I choose you if you deserve it. And that, in today's world, separates you from the 90% of men who live begging for crumbs of attention. Remember, you don't need revenge. You don't need to justify yourself. You just need to disappear and focus on yourself, focusing on your path. When you walk away from a woman, it shouldn't be a show. It should be real. Walk away to improve, to advance, to grow. Because the male purpose doesn't revolve around a woman. It revolves around building a life that makes you proud. And it's there, when you're focused on your goals, when you think least about her, that she thinks most about you. Why? Because now you're scarce, you're strong, you're valuable, and she feels it. Conclusion. So if you're wondering why she comes looking for you when you walk away, the answer is simple. Because by walking away, you regain your value. You break the routine. You ignite desire. And you remind her of something she'd forgotten, that you weren't there to beg for her attention, but to offer her the chance to have you in her life. But only if she deserved it. Don't be afraid of silence. Don't be afraid to walk away. The men who know how to leave in time are the same ones who learn to be chosen.